Hello. Did you get depressed over the holidays? Maybe even suicidal? There's a story I would like to read to you. On the back, some of it says, "A story of encouragement in a most unexpected way. Donkey lives in a town named Discourage. Many people have visited this place, some have moved there permanently, and some have made it their last stop in life. It is a dreary and hopeless place. Just when all seems to be lost, Donkey reminds us things are not always what they seem, and the rays of hope can break through the clouds of despair." The book is called I'm A.S.S. A.S.S stands for A Suicide Survivor. It's written by M.J. Forrest, and you can pick up your own copy through Amazon, either for yourself or for a friend. Now, this is going to take a few weeks, so let's get started. I'm A.S.S. In a very small town named Discourage, there lived a large brown donkey. No one knew why they had a donkey living in the town. It just seemed they had always had one. It was a tradition, but they didn't know why. He had large ears that stood straight up when he was happy, and they drooped when he was sad. His eyes were brown, and his tail and mane were very shaggy, as donkeys usually are. Donkey was the only one in town. He lived in the very center of a cul-de-sac, surrounded by a white wooden fence. This was the center of town where all the shops and businesses were surrounding the donkey's pen, with the road in between. There was a deep river that ran alongside the town. It had been used for flat-bottomed boats pulling goods by donkeys many years ago. The river had grown up so much that now it had many trees and blueberry bushes on either side that would have hindered the ropes attached to the boats and donkeys if it was tried now. Homes ran up and down the river on both sides and away from the center of town. All the homes on this side were close enough to the center that the ones that owned the businesses could just walk to their work. To go anywhere else at all, one would have to go over the rickety bridge that crossed the river. There was a sign on that sign that gave the name of this town that said Discourage. It was somewhat difficult to read. Many had used the sign for target practice, so it had many holes, and many kids had tried painting the sign as well, so it looked like a wholly multicolored tie-dyed scarf. The very first home going up the road was the farmer's house. It was a white two-story with morning glory flowers in the front that his wife had planted. They wove their way up the trellis and opened every morning as if to say, "Good morning, world," and Farmer loved to see them as he came out of his house to walk to the square. He was the one that took care of Donkey. Every morning he would leave his house, walk up to the fence, and when Donkey came running up, he would pet his big head and scratch Donkey behind the ears. Farmer would then fill the black trough with water using the green hose that was attached to the faucet in the ground next to the pen. It was very convenient to have it there to use. It was also used in case of a fire, and thankfully there had never been a fire near there, so it hadn't been used for that yet. Farmer would then pull a large silver cover off of a 50-gallon can, reach inside, and using a wooden scoop hanging on the side, attached by a long cord, scoop out several mounds of feed and empty them in a metal bucket that was close to the trough. Donkey loved to have Farmer come to fill up his containers. Farmer made sure that Donkey never went hungry or thirsty. Donkey liked the caring attention that Farmer showed him. He loved his head patted and his ears scratched. He couldn't scratch his own back and wished that when he got his bath, that he got it more often. Farmer did hose him down several times a year, adding to the baths he got. But they didn't come with a brushing after, like when he got his bath. Donkey felt that Farmer was the only one who cared. Sometimes Donkey would eat and drink right away. Other times he would run around his pen while Farmer filled his container, laughing at Donkey's antics. He liked to have Farmer there with him and liked to make him laugh. He was always sad to see him leave. Most of the time, Farmer came so early that he never saw the people who came to open their shops, and he didn't see how badly they treated Donkey. He knew, though, that Donkey had a farm and a family to take care of and couldn't be with him all the time. We'll pick it up next week where we left off. I'm confident that this reading will give you hope and maybe even help. Thank you for listening.